Hey, this is Erich Hunter, Pendulum Healer, and I want to talk about Starseed healing with pendulums, and specifically I want to talk about, are you a Starseed? So some of you watching this probably know what Starseeds are already. Some of you may have no idea what a Starseed is, so I want to go just talk about this topic and give you an introduction to what Starseeds are, why it's important, and why you should be aware of it. So the first thing to know is the definition of a star seed. So the way I define it is a star seed is a being that existed previously somewhere other than the Earth. So you might think, well, how is that possible? Well, the idea is that you have a true self, which is not your body, it's not your physical body, it's your consciousness. And it's not even like your memories or anything like that. It's just your true self, your true consciousness that exists somewhat eternally in the universe, and your consciousness is in a state of evolution. It's evolving. And as a starseed being, you can view it two different ways. Either one, you previously existed in another place in the universe, your consciousness existed in a different form. It could have been in a physical body, or it could have just been existing as consciousness itself. Then in this incarnation, your consciousness is embodying a human form. Now, some people see it as happening simultaneously. That both realities are occurring at the same time. So you can view it either way. I personally view it as I existed previously as a star, and now I'm existing as a human consciousness. But either way, you are not completely from the earth. There are lots of people who are completely from the earth. They are earthbound, earth beings. They're like normal people. Star seeds are the people who are the different people, the special people. All right, let me explain more. So these origins, you can come from diverse places because the universe is gigantic, it's infinite. So you can come from all over, but most star seeds are coming from either our solar system or from our Milky Way galaxy. So I have a picture here of the solar system, the sun, the planets, Earth, all that. And the solar system is just a small part of the Milky Way, and that's this bigger disk here that I have pictured. So what I've found is that most star seeds do come from our galaxy. There are a few intergalactic ones, and there are some that come from other galaxies, but they're more rare. All right, well, how do you know if you're a star seed or not? Well, there are some clues. There are some signs you can look for. So, for example, if you feel like you don't belong, or you've never felt like you belonged, then you're probably a star seed. You feel different from everybody else. You don't understand people. So like humans, like people just don't make sense. You're just like, I don't understand people at all. They don't make any sense to me. Like, why do people act this way? You're probably a star seed if you think that. If you feel really drawn to stars or constellations, or if there's a particular star or constellation that you feel really drawn to, it's likely that you're a star seed. So, for example, like for a long time, I was really attracted to the constellation of Orion. And I just had this, like, attraction to it. I was kind of obsessed with it. And it turns out that I'm an Orion star seed. I didn't know that at the time, but that's a clue. If you're really into a star or a planet or a group of stars, then you're likely from that region of space. All right, another thing are UFOs. If you see UFOs regularly, like I see them all the time, like I've seen like 5 or 6 of them so far, some up really close, you're likely a star seed. Also, if you're into science fiction, you're probably a star seed. If you have psychic abilities, healing powers, clairvoyance, you're likely a star seed. If you're really into fantasy worlds, have strong imagination, likely you're a star seed. If you're attracted to spiritual practices, particularly Eastern ones like Buddhism, Hinduism, it's highly likely you're a star seed. Also ancient Egypt, because these cultures were deeply influenced by the star seed races or groups. All right, now another type of star seed that's coming in a lot right now into our world are these strongly analytical ones. They're the ones driving all this computer stuff, and they are unlike the previous ones I mentioned. So yeah, they may not feel like they belong. They might feel different than everybody else. They may not understand people, but there is a group of star seeds that are strongly analytical, very logical, mathematical, not very creative, not very emotional. That's another group, and that's another indication you might be a star seed if you're in that category. All right, well, a big part of star seed healing is coming to peace with your earthly incarnation. It's like, hey, it's like accepting I have a human body, I'm living here on the earth, and I got to make the most of it and have a good time while I'm here and, do whatever I need to do, be whoever I need to be. Because star seeds are often in resistance. Many star seeds are sick all the time. They are not doing well. They're upset, depressed, upset because they just haven't accepted earthly existence. So a big part of becoming a star seed is just accepting I am on the earth. I'm an earthling right now, and this is a big part of my process, my growth. Another thing is that star seeds, if you're a star seed, have unique gifts, talents, wisdom, and healing that you bring to the earth. Earthlings would not have these things on their own. Remember, human beings existed on the earth in our current form for 100,000 to 200,000 years, and it's only within the last 20,000 years that major advances have occurred. And even within that time frame, only a very short time have humans really advanced. So why is that? Because the base nature of humanity is not to have all this knowledge and wisdom. We can be in a state of stasis for really long periods of time. Star seeds come in and they help humans to evolve in consciousness, technology, thinking. And that's why you saw there were the long periods of history where there was no progress in humanity, just like basically living the same way for like 100,000 years. It's because star seeds had to come in and influence humanity to evolve. So that's part of the reason why you're here. Also, a lot of star seeds are here to raise the consciousness of the star seed lineage that they're from. So particularly, so like as a star seed, your lineage may have had, a certain view of reality, but then you come here on Earth and you get to see a different reality. And so this raises it adds experience to your consciousness, your core consciousness, your soul, not your personality, not your human consciousness, but the core of who you are, that when you die is transmitted back to the stars. It gets strength and grows. It changes from being here and having these experiences. And that evolves the entire starseed lineage that you're from. So basically, you're on a mission to raise the consciousness of the universe. How about that? So like, it's a pretty big thing, but super cool. And that's why you're here. So you're here to have fun, enjoy your earthly incarnation, while raising consciousness of the universe. Hey, why not? That's awesome. All right. So how do you see, maybe you're hear this, you're like, okay, I'm a star seed, or you're already a star seed. Like, what do you do with this information? Well, you use this to awaken, to connect to your star seed roots. And once you have this star seed awakening, you can consciously connect to your star seed place of origin and get all kinds of psychic downloads, all kinds of amazing stuff. And also your life can just change. It can become for the better. So you feel more engaged with the world. You feel like your starseed traits are no longer a liability, but they're actually like a benefit to mankind. Like you bring your healing powers, your clairvoyance, your big heart, your psychic abilities, all this stuff, your analytical mind, you're bringing it to the world. And it's no longer that you're just some weirdo or you're just different from everybody else. Like you have a gift to bring the world and you're accepting it, embracing it. You're also enjoying being human. And you can connect with your star ancestors and get downloads and information from them. It can be a very profound thing to have this happen. All right, so how do you do that? Well, you want to figure out where you're from in the stars. So there are ways you can do that. So one is, like I said, if you feel particularly drawn to a certain star or constellation, it's highly likely that you're a star seed from that, or a certain planet, highly likely you're a star seed from there. You can also figure it out using a star chart. And I talk about this in a course that I'm offering now, Starseed Healing with Pendulums. But you can use a pendulum and a chart, and like this one I have here, to look at the sky and figure out where you're from. And you also want to learn about the star seeds. And I put together a course to teach about this because I found there's a lot of misinformation on the internet. So I have a course right now called Starseed Healing with Pendulums, where I go into extensive pendulum healing protocols so that you can start to heal, the trauma of being incarnated as a human and start to really embrace being a human, and also to heal your starseed lineage and connect with your lineage. I also talk about how to identify where you're from in a little bit more detail, and also go into the different starseed types that I've identified and talk about them in some detail. So really awesome opportunity to jump into the starseed, whole starseed thing. Like I said, to raise the consciousness of the universe and have fun on Earth. Woohoo! How does it get better than that? Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Hit a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you either here or maybe somewhere else in outer space, in another planet or star or galaxy. All right, have a great day. Bye.